Back in July, Portland, Oregon, where I live, had their first pen show. It also happened to be my first pen show as well, and needless to say, it will not be my last. The thing is, which is so weird, that I felt very overwhelmed, even though my hubs went with me, almost like I had to make the right decisions for all my purchases. Like I didn't want to miss out. Does anybody else experience that for their first pen show? I've never been to a pen show before, so I took pictures in the beginning, in the first 5-ish minutes, pictures and videos, and then I didn't take out my camera again because I was just like so focused on all the tables. But I did purchase a few things, just a few, and of course a new pen, but I'll show you that later. Okay, let's get to the overhead so you can see the few things that I got and also the pen reveal. Let's go. When I said I got a few things, I literally mean I got a few things. Remember I was talking about being overwhelmed earlier? I think I just wanted to take it in. I didn't know what I was supposed to do at my first pen show, as if there's a protocol that needs to happen. Anyway, I got a couple of inks. I got these cute things from You Know Who and this nib holder. First off, I'll tell you about the inks. It was hard getting to the shelf. The place I got it from it's called Drum Ghouls, I think is the name of it. So they had a row of tables along one wall, and then right here they had shelves of inks, all sorts of inks. But because it was right in the corner, only 3 people can look at the inks at a time, and so everybody was lining up or moving around the hall, the hall that was in, and coming back and seeing if they can get to the inks. There was a line to get to the inks. And by the time I got my place, my time, Ferris Wheel Press was kind of like the only ones available. So I'm like, okay, I'll go with that. So these are the 2 inks I got. This bright green, which is called Moonlit Jade. And this is actually one of my currently inks. One of the inks I'm used for currently ink in August. I'll put a card here so that you can go and see what it looks like. And then I got a color called Malibu Blush. Now, I like a pink, but I find that I like a really strong pink. This really writes very, very, very light and almost too light for me, but I'm gonna try it nonetheless and see what comes of it. Might have to be giving away some samples coming up. And I got to meet Calvin. Oh my God, he's such a cutie. He had everybody at his table for his Inca pets. I can't believe this 7-year-old kid, I think he's 7 or 8. Is he? I don't know what age he is. Anyway, I can't believe he made these cute things. He is the inventor of the Inca pet. So dang cool. You might have seen this one being used in some of my videos already. This is my fave. I just love this little monster thing. It just sits there, and I got the, what is it called? The sticky pads at the bottom so that it will just be stationary. I got it for both of them. I haven't used this one yet. They had the cat pen holder, and I'm not much into cats. Don't come for me, but I'm not much into cats. So I got this one, which is a dog, and it has the holder for the ink. I mean, this is really ingenious. This is really ingenious. I love both of these. They're so darn cute. Alrighty, and Calvin, he was a sweetheart. His parents were there, and you could see his mom like, Calvin, she needs to do something, and pointing him in the right direction, because I mean, this is a new thing for a young kid. Anyway. The last thing I got was, I wanted a holder, because the holder I had been using was the one I used for when I was doing mixed media and art journaling those days. And right now I'm swooshing my kakimori. I wanted to hold my kakimori in it. That's what I bought it for. I'm swooshing a lot in water, and so I hope the camera can pick up that little crack there that was happening. And I wanted a new one, so I saw all these nib holders, and I thought, oh, you know what? And it had to be plastic. It couldn't be wood, of course, because it would be like repeating this thing again. And so I got this, and I got home, and my darn, let me see, let me show you. That's such a satisfying pop. The darn kakimori wouldn't fit in. I mean, it just doesn't fit in at all. I mean, you do have to take this out first because this is actually a calligraphy pen holder. You put your single nibs, in there and they fit right there. This is called an offset pen, an offset because you offset right like that. I love it. I think it's really pretty. It's a gorgeous metallic blue, but it still doesn't work. So I'll figure some way to use it. In the end, after a few weeks, after this was like a disaster, I actually found this. Let me put this back in there before I lose my kakimori nib. And I got the stainless steel kakimori nib. And this is by Tachikawa. And I love it because I just swoosh it and it's a really good grip right here actually. I didn't get this at the pen show. I'm just showing this. Let's get back to the pen show stuff, right? Shall we? One of the other things that I knew I would be getting was a new pen. Okay. And I've already you will have seen the pen actually for Currently Ink because I've inked it up already. This pen, as I told you, I had surgery and this video had to go up and I had to redo this video because, anyway. This is the Narwhal Horizon collection. This is the pen. I opened it. And just for you, I put it back in its box, but this is the box it comes in. I mean, it's just so pretty. And you get the card that shows you how to do the thing. It's a piston pen. And I actually put it back in there for you. It's really stuck in because it has ink in it. And the piston, as you can see, has already been twisted. So anyway, this is my pen, y'all. This is my new pen. Oh my God. Okay, so we all know that when a pen speaks to us, a pen just, it draws us near. So I was walking around looking at Laban and looking at all the different pens that are there. And I thought, I heard, all of these pens say, Grace, pick me. No, Grace, pick me. I'm next in your collection. No, Grace, it's my turn. And I walked by because I wasn't feeling them. Because, you have to feel a pen. You have to feel it. And then as I walked around the corner, I heard a little purr. Grace. And I walked towards the table and there she was. There she was. I picked it up. This is the only pen that I picked up and I actually tested. I tested no other pens. And, she didn't shout at me. I was intrigued by the look of her. And here she is, the Narwhal Horizon in Aurora. That's the name of it, Aurora. And I gotta tell you about these pens. This is the 2023 edition from Narwhal. And this is the collection was inspired by the view of the horizon. It's a 4-pen collection. And the view of the horizon at different times of the day. I love that concept. I love that fact that they made the pen, the resin, out of, I mean, it's obviously subjective. Anyway, this pen was inspired by the Aurora Borealis. And she has all the pens have a pearlescent acrylic resin. This one is dark, icy blue, with gray and black. And I love the gradation of color across the body. It's so beautiful. This pen, each pen comes with its own accents and clips. The Aurora comes with polished chrome. Others in the collection come with, like there's Dawn. Dawn has a rose gold trim. And then the third pen, Twilight, has a black PVD trim. And then the Dusk pen has a gold trim. And They're being described as a modern twist on a classic cigar shape, which is kind of cool. This is really, really cool. There's a couple of other cool things about this pen. There's a curved metal ring that represents the ocean waves rather. Right, love that. I kind of like it. I feel that she called to me. I love its classic beauty. And funny story about this particular pen is when I went, there was one table with the pen, and he only had a few pens there. They were very, I think he had only 3 pens, and one of them was this one. And when it came time to purchase it, I said I wanted this one. I tested the nibs, and I knew I wanted this one. And he said, I have to go over to that other table to actually get the pen. So when I got to that other table, they tried to give me a different pen. And I'm like, can I have the one that I saw at that booth over there? And they went and got it for me. And so I got this one. And the reason why I like this one is because the gradation, I hope my camera is picking this up. The gradation is from light all the way to dark. And it's that way all the way around. It's almost, you can see the dark grayish blue in there. I just fell in love with it. The pen has a transparent window. This is a narwhal. Yeah, this is a narwhal thing. Transparent window. It's piston filling. So it's piston filling like the TWSBI. And it's made with an in-house number 6 stainless steel nib. And I went with the fine. I was going between the fine and the extra fine. And this one is really good. The thing about this is, one of the things that we all know, that it has to feel good in this area here. And it does. It feels really good. I don't generally post my pens. So if I did, I don't like posting, but I don't need to post it. But it doesn't feel weighty even with the pen posted, I should say, the cap posted. By the way, I gotta tell you, I gotta let you know, I went down a rabbit hole. I'm gonna teach you something new right now. This area, see, there's an L between there's an L between the index finger and the thumb, right? This area on our body is called the pearly Q. Did you know it's called the pearly Q? Oh my God, that is the cutest thing. So because I did some reading on trying to find out what this was called, the pearly Q. And what I read was that when it first appeared in the English language, this word pearly Q, it was around the turn of the century, the 18th and 19th century. And the quote I got was, the perlicue meant a curl of flourish in writing. Kind of apropos for the pens, isn't it? So, you know at the end of a word, with 18th century writing, there's a curl, there's a swirl. That was the perlicue. And so it feels apropos that we can use that for our hands now. Now, with this pen, my perlicue isn't adversely affected. Sometimes pens can be so weighty that after a while, you can feel it here. It just weighs down in this area. I'll leave a link actually to the information I found. It was an intriguing bit of writing the guy did. It was intriguing, and mainly because it involves, he talked about the game of marbles as well. I don't know. Anyway, go look at that link, go read what he wrote. There's a curious fact about me that I probably should let you know, and why I went down the road to look at the name of perlicue. When I was 13, I started keeping an etymology notebook on the origins of words. And I suppose, I love that book. It's nowhere to be seen now. But I suppose that's why I'm so curious about words. It's never left me. So if you're into etymology too, leave a big old thumbs up in the comments. Anyway, let's get back to the narwhal, shall we? Let's do the writing test. Let's do the writing test. Alrighty. Let's do. As I mentioned before, this pen feels really good in my hand. Let's come in a little closer, just a tiny bit closer. How many turns? There. 1, 2, about 2 and a bit. About 2 and a bit for, oh, it stands up. That's kind of nice. Alrighty, the ink in this pen is inked in Diamine Majestic Blue. I love this ink color. Diamine is just filling my soul right now. Okay, so let's see. This is the, see, now I gotta remember. Narwhal. See, this ink, this nib reads medium to me. It goes on a little less than fine, but I know it's a fine. I know it's the nib is a fine. Horizon, I'll tell you about that just in a minute. Horizon, Aurora, and the nib. See, and that's another thing. I'm not sure I like that part, is the Diamine Majestic Blue. One of the things that I noticed there, right there, one of the things that I noticed, the more the pen is when a pen stays out, it doesn't, and you're not writing, this is what happens. I don't know if that's, maybe you guys will know, tell me why that is with the nib. It's almost like it's not feeding properly. But when it feeds, it writes. It absolutely writes beautifully. I love this pen. Absolutely love this pen. The only problem is, let's see if I'm going to pause a minute. Let's see if it does its thing again. Yep, see, it does its thing again where it doesn't come in. Let's pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, about 5 or 6 seconds where it doesn't. Anyway, there is the pen. I would love to know why that happens. I'm gonna have to do some reading up, but still, I mean, come on. Can you not love that pen? Let's do some size comparisons. I only have a few that I'm doing. We will do, so there is the new Narwhal. And then we have, only going to do a few. This is the Twisby, that's big. Well, the piston is making it smaller. This is the Twisby Diamond 580. And then we have the Monteverde, which is definitely much smaller. Monteverde Ritma, much smaller. I think this pen is actually my largest pen so far, which is kind of cool. I do have another pen coming in. I'm just gonna drop that in here. I'm just gonna give it to you straight. I do have another pen coming in. Eek. Anyway, that's what I got. This is my pen show purchases. There you go. This is the best so far. I'm absolutely in love with the color of this pen. This resin, it's just so beautiful. I will keep experimenting, see if maybe I can change the nib and it won't do that, doesn't flow when you first write with it. If that's something that you've experienced with a pen, let me know in the comments how you got over it. What was it, the nib? Was it the ink? What was it? Let me know. Anyway, that's it for now. Talk to you guys later.